Welcome. I am so excited to film this video. So this is a video for us mamas who are homeschooling and dads, which is pretty much everybody right now. This world is crazy and we are home with our babies, most of us. Some of you guys are in school. Let me know if your school district is actually in person. We are not. We actually, in my gut, I believe it's going to be all year that they'll do distance learning. So most of you know I recently, currently I'm going through a divorce, and this pandemic has been a bonus to say the least, but our school district is distance learning, which my girls were enrolled in, with like Zoom calls. Now my girls are, I have a little first grader who's 6, I have a 7th grader who's 12, and I have an 11th grader who is 16. So I have every school, like elementary, middle, high. And I knew that based on what I saw in the spring trying to navigate this, that Zoom would be the end of me. Managing all these Zoom schedules, there's just no way for 3 kids, and figuring out an income in there too. So anyway, I withdrew my kids from the school district just because I cannot. Their plan stresses me out. So God bless our teachers. Our best friends are some of our teachers, and that was a really hard decision, but I also had to respect what I can handle and what I can't handle. So, and my kids' learning style. So we do best with people and off of electronics. So I almost enrolled in Becca or Bob Jones online just because they do it all. They send you your books and then your kids log on and they handle all of school. However, I knew that my girls wouldn't do very well sitting and just watching somebody on a screen all day. That just isn't, like, let's just have extra grace for everybody going through this as well as ourselves. Please don't use this video to compare yourself. That's not why I'm putting it out there. If anything, I want to uplift and inspire each other and just share what is working. For me, we start school tomorrow, so I technically haven't started yet, but I'm not stressed about school, and I'm actually pretty excited to homeschool my 3 girls. So keep that in mind. Not everyone is excited. Maybe you've tried something and you're frustrated, like with the schools, or you're thinking there's got to be a better way. Let me share my way, and then you can decide if you want to pull bits and pieces from this. I just know that here in Oregon, it's kind of a mess. It is kind of a mess in our schools. So I am relieved. I have chosen pretty much 2 curriculums. One is a unit study where we study 1 unit. It is from Gather Round. So this is my teacher's guide. And my little ones all have, so here's my first grader. So they all, basically how Gather Round works is you have a teacher's guide, and you'll go, we're doing government because of the election, and we need to learn all the things. Now, all of my curriculum is Bible-based. So if you're a believer, bonus. If you're not a believer, this may not work for you. Just to kind of put that out there as a forewarning. But what is really cool is, so you have your lesson every day, and you read it with Gather Round. I have all their units, all their year 1 units I bought. I'll go ahead and leave the website down below in the description box. I am not an affiliate in any way. I'm just super excited. But you'll read your days and look at the artwork. This is what drew me into Gather Round, with the watercolors and the stunning artwork. But then it is so rich, so rich in content. But at the end of the day, check this out. You have your pre-reader, what they should be doing, early reader, early elementary, upper elementary, middle school, and high school. So a unit study, hello plant, a unit study worked for my mind because I could gather my babies around, read to them about what it is we're studying for that day, and then they break off into their own workbooks, and they study. This is Tennessee, my little first grader. They study whatever it is at their appropriate age level that we read that day. So And I have to say, this is pretty challenging. There's a lot of research and a lot of writing for my high schooler, which, guys, we haven't really had school since March, so 7 months. I mean, we tried to limp along there in the spring, but I'm so excited for my kids to be using their brains again, to like turn that back on. So that's how Gather Around works. It is not separated by grade, which I can appreciate because some kids are ahead and some kids are behind. And as a mom, or as a parent, you can buy your unit. So like government is a mini unit. North American birds. I bought this unit to test out this summer to see if my kids would be receptive to this way of learning, and they were, and they enjoyed it the little bit that we did do, despite our busy summer. I'll just leave it at that. So you can buy a single unit. It's around $50, and in that unit is all of your levels. So your pre-reader, your early reader, your early elementary, upper elementary, middle, and high all come in that one unit, and then you print them off at home. And then I use a Pro-Click system to laminate the cover, cut, and then punch, and then these just click together. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions about Gather Around, leave them down below. I'm happy, so happy to help you out with what I'm just thrilled. I am so thrilled, and I'm shouting it from the rooftops about Gather Around. It's Bible-based. It is, it allows your kids to form their own opinions instead of saying this is what you should think and feel and do, which I can appreciate because I want my kids to be able to think for themselves. And let me show you the other topic. So I went ahead and I printed off, we are doing North American birds, which we started. I already have all the workbooks for those printed. And then we're doing government because the election is like in a month. So we're gonna do those at the same time. And after that, I printed off some of my teacher's guides that came in the year 1. So every year for 4 years, they are planning to release a new unit every month. And this is year 2 that they're starting. And so I went and I bought all of year 1 that they did last year, and you get all of the units. And it was, I think it was $499, which is amazing because I can repeat this in 4 years if we are still homeschooling for my little first grader and my 7th grader, and they will be at a high school level and almost middle school level. So they get to go through it again, but at a different level. So you can reuse this, which makes me so excited. Okay, so some of Earth Science teachers, this is just like the teacher's guide, but look at that artwork. It is stunning. We're gonna study that this year. Oceans, we're gonna study. Like, look at this. They hire all their own graphic artists to do the watercolor. So beautiful. Space, we're gonna do space. So I'm gonna set this out. Human body, which I love this human body because it isn't it's not in a creepy, like I remember learning about the body in school and I was totally creeped out by it. But this is just a really nice, soft, non-scary way to learn about your body. So, and then they have continents. So they have Africa, South America, North America, Europe. I tried printing those, but my printer was acting up. So that is kind of what we do. That's what I chose for my unit study. It is about 6 weeks. It should last about 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how fast you get through. Now, speed is not my goal. So the fact that we're enjoying homeschool and we're learning things and the girls are loving their assignments, then that we'll just kind of go at our own pace. They have a Christmas mini unit coming out, with that being said. And I'm planning to pretty much just be done with the birds and be done with government and then focus on their Christmas unit in December. And it is just it is just all about Jesus, all about growing closer to God and what the true meaning of Christmas is. And so that's the beauty of homeschooling, is you can pick and choose your time frame. So with that in mind, I did add in some extra things from Masterbooks. So I'll link RL. I will put the link to Masterbooks down below, as well as Gather Round, so you guys can peek at it. No affiliates, not affiliated in any way. I'm just super passionate. I'm surprisingly passionate about this stuff, and teaching my kids the truth, and what we believe. So they say gather round, if you have little ones, is very accurate. They say gather round is enough. It covers all the subjects. You just need to add in math. They do not have math as part of their curriculum yet, but I don't want my kids to get bored or have too much free time, but I also don't want them working all the time. So I added in some things. I'm going to show you what I added for my first grader, okay? And then we'll just go through up to my 11th grader. All right, so we added more than words. This is a Bible curriculum, which is very cool. This one is level 1. This is for my little first grader. Now, I am expecting to sit with my first grader and totally help her through and be her teacher instead of, she can't read fully yet, so I can't really leave her on her own. That's another reason why Zoom would not work for us, because she's too little to be left on her own. But my 7th and 11th graders can independently study on their own. Okay, so more than words, Bible workbook. This is from the same creator of Gather Round. You can purchase these through Masterbooks. This is for my 7th grader, level 2. They don't have a level 3 for my high schooler yet, but I got a devotion and a new Bible for all of my girls. So my high schooler will do a devotion that I love, that she's enjoying, and she'll just do that every morning for Bible before we start school. Okay, so back to my little first grader. We are doing math lessons for a living education, level 1. I love workbooks, guys. We are a workbook family. It's what my girls receive the most. And so I'm excited to sit down with her and just do a workbook math. All right, so that's my little first grader. So we are doing, I do have phonics coming. It is back ordered because it's out of stock. So I do have a phonics book coming from Masterbooks as well. I think it's Life Lessons for a Living Education, or I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it's a bundle, and it will help her form sentences and make sure her vocabulary and spelling, just get her off on the right start with the rules, okay? With the phonics rules that I don't want her to miss. Now we're going on to my 7th graders. So we are doing, she's got her workbook for Gather Round, and then I love this math. I haven't done it yet. Once we start, guys, I'll come back on here and I'll give you an update on how everything's working, okay? But this is book 1, Principles of Mathematics. This is for middle school exactly. There is a book 2 for Principles of Mathematics that she'll do next year for 8th grade. I'm talking like we are gonna still be homeschooling, which I'm open to that, definitely. And it's a very real thing. And it's a very real opportunity. It's probably gonna happen. So this one is my teacher's guide, and it shows me how to help her. But the thing that I love, this is also Masterbooks curriculum, the way that they wrote these books, it isn't for our kids to master a concept and then remember it for a test. It is like, first off, what does math have to do with Jesus? Why did God design math in this world? So it helps the kids shape their worldview, but also how they're going to apply it, right? So many times in school we were like, I'm never gonna use this. I'm never gonna use this. Not so with this curriculum. It actually shows you that it explains on a deeper level math instead of, my girls have struggled with math, to be honest. and not understanding. So I'm hoping that this will speak to them and speak to her, my 7th grader, in a different light. Now, they have a Algebra 2, which is what my junior in high school is studying, but their Algebra 2 is coming out in January, and I really wanted this author. So what we are doing is supplementing with my 11th grader until January, Dave Ramsey's Foundations class. So he has an awesome curriculum for high school kids and middle school kids. And my 16-year-old, she is, she's working on getting her license and her first job, and there's in her bank account, and just starting her financial journey, really, of being an adult. And so I thought, well, Foundations would be a great time for her. So she's going to do that. That is online through DaveRamsey.com, or I think it was DaveRamsey.com. Anyway, so she's going to do Foundations till January. Then I'm going to order the Algebra 2, and that one will come with a DVD because Mama is going to learn, I guess, Algebra 2 right along with her. So it's a lot. Math is not my strong point. So what I did for my high schooler, we are on to high school now, is I am keeping in touch with her high school counselor and what they're requiring for high school, and also balancing that out with her passions, which is the beauty of homeschooling. So Algebra 2 and chemistry, also from Masterbooks. This is really fun. I did not enjoy chemistry in high school, just to be honest. I wanted to get through it really fast. But I'm praying that she enjoys this. I ordered a chemistry science kit to go with it. The kids she needs to have labs, so for high school. So this one comes with labs that she'll do. So I went ahead and ordered that kit. That way it's all in one and coming together. So chemistry, and it's just a study of matter from a Christian worldview. I'm excited for that, and I'm not really a science person either, so there you go. And then we are doing earth science this year, but it's like a 6-week study, and I wanted some more. I wanted more like a year-round science, at least for my older two. So my 7th grader, I tried to do this in order, guys, and I kind of got confused. This I'm really excited about. So General Science 1 from Masterbooks, and it comes with all 4 of these books, and I'll show them to you in a minute. And it was only like around $60, which textbooks can be really expensive. And so she'll rotate and go through ocean, astronomy, weather, and mineral. And she'll study all these things, and then I have her quizzes in here, which is super wonderful. But look at these pretty books. They're so pretty. I loved textbooks when I was in school, but like, look at that. It's stunning, right? It is just so beautiful. What a fun way to learn. So we have mineral, and they're like perfectly sized. Weather, ocean, which we're going to study and gather around too, so they'll have a good understanding of it. And then astronomy. My big girls are both like so excited about astronomy. So that is my curriculum picks for this 2020-2021 school year. I am committing to all year homeschooling my kids. A lot of work and a lot of prayer went into this, that I am not willing to abandon it halfway through the school year if the school does come back in session. So anyway, any questions, go ahead and let me know down below. One question I imagine those of you with high schoolers are going to ask is, how are you keeping track of her credits? So I think I had a lot of conversations with her about what her college plans are, if she would like to be dual enrolled, where she's learning or she's earning college credit with her high school credit. And she just really wasn't into any of that. So that's just not her personality. She's very introverted, Zoe, my 16-year-old. And so I created a high school plan that was based on her interests and likes and what she wants to do for a career going forward. I just don't believe in pushing your kids into earning a degree for free if that's not the direction that they want to go, or if they don't know what they want to do. So with her, she loves digital animation. That's actually what she wants to do for a career. So I am able to bring another thing I didn't mention, and I haven't found a course yet, but I'm able to bring in to find an online course through like an online platform where she can do digital animation and she can be taught by an instructor that is pre-recorded, so she could go on at her own pace, but also do something that she is crazy about. She also wants to learn guitar, so I can find an online course for guitar lessons. And that's kind of the exception to where we will be learning online, but a lot of it is work-based books. So hopefully that helps you understand. I'm not doing like actual credits, but I am saving all of their work, and I am sticking to what is recommended by the high school. Just in case if she goes back next year for her senior year, I can show proof of her work this year and that I stuck to their outline for junior year. But SAT, ACT prep, this is just, it's not her thing. So that's okay. That is totally okay. I was a kid in high school who finished my junior and senior year in the same year, and it was a lot. No college credit, 20 some years ago, but the pressure was really high, and I just don't want to do that to my kids if they're not ready. So I do want to say with Gather Round, now as much as I've told you that online just doesn't work for my kiddos, there's a lot of research. So a really cool thing, if you can find Gather Round Homeschool community on Facebook, and then there's a Trello group. So actually I'm using my phone to film, otherwise I would show you, but you can, I heard about Trello for business, but it's going to revolutionize our homeschool days. There's a bunch of moms who are so good at being a mom, and a homeschool mom at that they have found extras to go along with whatever it is that you're studying. So like let's just say, so in North American birds, okay, red-winged blackbird for lesson 3 is what we're studying. And they have created these Trello boards, which is pretty much just like daily lessons of extras. So they will link like baby blackbird, red-winged blackbird. I give up. Anyway, they have like researched all the facts and all of the YouTube videos and the things that enhance this day's lesson, because I think with homeschool, I have homeschooled 1 year before, 5 years ago, but it can be kind of not very interesting. And this is a great way, that Trello group is a great way to organize your daily lessons. And I have Apple TV, so I have the Trello link on app on my phone, and I can mirror it to my TV, and I can flip through the different links, and there's anywhere probably from like 5 to 20 extras, and you can time depending, right, because this is a full day for us, depending on time, we can choose how many links we're going to click on for that day, as well as a reading list. So that Trello group is really awesome in helping us come up with extras, craft ideas, writing prompts, things that, we're busy. We got a lot on our plate and we need some help. So I'm speaking probably for most of us. Anyway, so that Trello group is awesome. I did my first 2 boards for birds and government this weekend, laid it all out, and the cool thing is you can keep track of what it is that you've done. So you can also, I have a board for memories. So when we go and we do something fun pertaining to the unit we're studying, I can go in there, and it's kind of a scrapbook. Also will help me keep track of what we've learned. Okay, so book list. One more thing about Gather Round. And then for reals, I'm going to go. I love this stuff. I didn't think I would love this stuff as much as I do. But Gather Round, this is in the North American Birds unit. Rebecca, that created this curriculum, she came up with book lists, suggested book lists that are safe for your children. And if there's some questionable stuff, she'll let you know. Like, might have some heavy content for more sensitive readers, which is good to know. But it's all organized by grade, or by level, I guess, by level in her books. So it's really nice. She even has a middle and high school, which, if you're not careful, your middle and high schoolers can start reading some pretty questionable stuff. So I'm excited. I am excited. I feel ready to start school tomorrow. We are in an apartment, so it's important to have, for me, it was important to pick a curriculum that just didn't have a ton of books or a ton of busy work or a ton of worksheets everywhere. It's just nice to be able to print. This is pretty much print and go. You do not need the Trello boards. You don't need the outside links. That's just to add to whatever it is that you're learning. But I love how simple and how organized this is. And I think Gather Round is why I'm so excited for homeschooling this year. It just has taken a lot of pressure off of me. And so how I plan to structure my days is get on a schedule. My girls will set their alarms, which they're not really looking forward to for the first time in 7 months, but we're going to. And we will start the day with Bible, probably while I'm cooking breakfast or a little bit after, and just kind of ease into school. We'll do Gather Round. We'll go down the rabbit trails with the Trello links and screencast to the TV, and then we'll each go into math, probably when we're done working on our Gather Round workbooks, and then I'll work with phonics with my little one, and she'll be done for the day. It might take us a little bit longer because I plan on taking my time with her, and then my bigs will do chemistry and science, and so we'll just kind of stay on an outline. When they go to their dad's house, there isn't all they have to do, he has the teacher's manual, so all they have to do is pack their workbooks and whatever it is that they're working on that day, and it all goes into a bag. I mean, really, my bookstore, and including their workbooks that they're currently on, in that much space, like a foot, like foot, maybe 2 to be generous, maybe 2 feet. All of our bookstore in 2 feet, not counting our readers and things that are extra that we would get from the library or from Amazon. So I'm so excited to film this video. Finally have wanted to do it, and I'm in a place where I can sit down and film it, and I hope it helped you out. These are so fascinating. I think I have just swallowed up so much time since the spring, soaking up what is working for moms and what isn't working, what are some good alternatives. You just have to pick what is good for your kids, but most importantly, not just what is good for your kids, but what is good for you. Because I believe it needs to be as simple as possible. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of you like me that are busy, maybe single moms too, who are trying to navigate and figure all this stuff out. So anyway, go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up if you loved it. Be sure to stick around. I have some things changing around my channel, so I will keep you posted on that as they come, and I hope and pray that your homeschool year is full of joy and peace, and that it's one that your babies are going to remember for the rest of their life. Not to add more pressure to our shoulders, but I do believe God designed it for us to enjoy each other, and I am so grateful to have this time with my kids, to fill their little minds with fun things and truth and passion and joy. And my high schooler, I only have 2 more years and she's off on her own, and I am just so grateful that I get this time with her to pour into her. So I hope you guys are well. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Oh, questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. I'll watch for them, and maybe I'll film another one. Q&A video about your homeschool questions, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.